Hello, everyone. It's time for the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. The show that covers everything from sports to politics to news to entertainment and everything in between. And now your hosts, Troy Geary, Will Stein, and Dave Stevens. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. And many times you guys accuse us of, you get all these celebrities and big-time things. Well, guess what, folks? Tonight, we have got a great show for you because we have got a couple of just guys like you and I, just dads, just good people that have invented something. But we're not going to give it away yet. Let me bring in my co-host, Troy Geary, all the way in Duluth, Minnesota. And Troy, so excited to talk about what we have tonight. You know, not sports, not politics, all this stuff. Something you like to do with your family, right?
Oh, yeah. Summertime's up here is a great time for outdoor fires, bonfires, and I guess that's what we're going to talk about.
Yes, bonfires, of course. And what summer would be complete without a nice, big, roaring bonfire? But sometimes you can't get one. So what if I had the guys that invented a portable bonfire? You don't believe me? Check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris. This is Mike.
We're the two dads behind City Bonfires, the world's first personal and portable fire pit.
We've been next door neighbors and friends for years, but when the pandemic hit, both of us lost our jobs.
Stuck at home and without work, we wanted to make the best of our situation. And that meant spending some quality time with our families outside. But we found ourselves more worried about keeping our kids away from the fire pit instead of enjoying it. And that's when the idea came to us. Let's make a mini fire pit that's safer, portable, reusable, and even more fun.
So we got to work in our lab, well, Chris's garage actually, and created the first city bonfire. We started using them at backyard barbecues, giving them out to friends and family. And before we knew it, we were on the Today Show, Good Morning America, CNBC, People Magazine, and the list goes on.
We've sold over 500,000 bonfires across the world to date. Whether it's for an outdoor adventure, beach trip, in your backyard, or for your emergency kit, City Bonfires got you covered.
They're easy to light, non-toxic, and food safe.
We like to say BYOB. Whoops, wrong one. It stands for Bring Your Own Bonfire, wherever you go.
All right, well, let's bring them in, the inventors of City Bonfires. Of course, we've got, I'd say, two geniuses. Chris McCasland, who used to be a sports and concert industry broker. Wave your hand, Chris. And then his partner, Michael Opalski, who was a restaurant industry salesman. And you guys, you know, the pandemic came and really, is this really what happened? Just give us what happened and how you guys ended up inventing this.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks. First off, thanks for having us. We're really appreciative to be here. And like the ad states is really true. We were both stuck at home, you know, during COVID, the early stages of the pandemic in the spring of 2020, and we had truly nothing to do but look after our kids. There was no school here. Our area was pretty tight, locked down. So we just stayed in our little pod with a few families in the neighborhood, and we all became really close and having bonfires and eating dinner together and, you know, hanging out pretty much all day for a few months, right? And Michael and I, you know, got to talking, and we were learning about Shopify on YouTube and different things, and we knew we needed to come up with a product, and this is what we came up with, and it's been really crazy ever since.
Michael, did you guys, you know, struggle with prototypes, a lot of burnt thumbs and fingers and things like that, trying to figure out what was hot, what, you know, I've accidentally touched a little bit of these things, but, you know, how did you guys come up with what we have now?
It was, it was a lot of trial and error. You know, we had a little bit of time. You know, the kids wanted to do the s'mores all the time. And so, you know, in 5 to 15 minutes, they'd be done with it. And Chris and I were stuck out there managing the fire. So we were like, okay, is there a way we can do this a little bit simpler or more convenient? And so Chris and I actually went just can shopping, and we went to a Walmart, and we're looking through just at anything that was in a can just to see if a can was an appropriate size. So we eventually got a couple cans and tested a prototype. And then, through a little bit of trial and error, we figured out that we needed a can that was seamless. So one time I was eating tuna, and I noticed in the bottom of the tuna can that there was no seam at the bottom. It was like a drawn can. And so once we noticed that, Chris and I talked about it, and we were like, okay, we've got it, let's go. And so, because the way COVID and the pandemic locked everything down, we were lucky enough to be able to find some local suppliers that made these cans. And so we didn't have some of the issues that other people had where they were trying to get stuff from international suppliers.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in your ad you had said 500,000, but actually you have over 1 million sold now. Just talk about the whirlwind it's been the last 18 months.
Yeah, the that commercial, the ad that we shot there was in the late 2021. So that's been probably about 18 months since that video, really. And it's been incredible. We started in my garage with a crock pot that we bought off Etsy for candle making. You can see there. And we bought some soy wax, some non-toxic soy wax, and kind of put them all together. So our first sale was August 15th of 2020. By November 1st of 2020, we were in a 3,000 square foot warehouse. And then a year later, we're in our facility that we're in now, just under 10,000 square feet, multiple employees. Christmas time, we'll ramp up to 30 to 50 employees, a day shift and a night shift. So it's been incredible, and it's been a wild learning experience. And, either one of us never thought we'd be doing this, but it's kind of, what the world brings you.
And there it is. If you guys can see, that's my living room right now. I've got one in there. The fire alarms haven't gone off. And I know, you're not supposed to do this inside or whatever, but just wanted to show how safe and how much it worked. And we'll have a little cooking segment later on in the show to show some of the things and the challenges that you guys have accepted. But the great thing about this is it has spawned so many other things. As far as products and things that you can utilize, like a citronella candle with a giant flame and a holder for this. So if you guys could talk a little bit about some of these amazing things that have just kind of happened organically since you guys have created this.
Well, what's great about having the constant contact of a web business, a D2C business, is you're constantly getting feedback. Sometimes it's not great feedback, but a lot of times it's useful. And so we noticed people were using it in emergency situations. So then we were like, hey, we've got to develop like this stove thing so we could, so people could use it to boil water. We saw that there was a place for like a tiki torch style flame for like a eucalyptus, citronella, like these scented candles as well. Pretty early on, s'mores were brought to our attention. So we developed a collapsible handle to make, for skewers for your s'mores. So it's because of the constant communication with the clientele, we get a lot of feedback, and then we can move on it.
Well, so far so good. Anything else you're thinking about as far as a rotary pit for maybe like a small rodent or something like that?
That's actually, I'm gonna write that down. Thank you for that. We'll send you 10% of each one.
Yeah. No, when we saw the story, Troy and us always like, man, this is just, you guys are just guys like us that created this. And, and I know, dealing with the things that we deal with and the companies that we deal with, we know, just because you've sold 1.5 million doesn't mean you turn that profit, because you're creating, selling, shipping, labeling, dealing with Amazon, but is there light at the end of the tunnel for this thing for you guys?
Yeah, it's been great. It's funny that you say that. We've done 30 million, insane amount in sales, but there are incredible expenses that you face along the way. The advertising cost is extremely significant in that, and employees. It's just everything is more expensive. I don't think there's any exact light at the end of the tunnel, that we're planning on or shooting for. But we're just kind of taking it how it goes, putting more products out there and building our the brand that we've created, and making a lot of fun content and TikToks. And Michael's got his own little cooking segment now on TikTok that we're developing. That's been a lot of fun. So we're just having fun, making a couple dollars, and providing for our families.
And you guys talked about the TikTok and everything, and it's been fun to see what you guys do, the challenges that people have been throwing out for the products of, trying to create a full dinner. It was very impressive to see Michael create stir fry, but people are trying to challenge you for how it heats, what it does versus the gel. I know it sounds like a commercial, but it really is a good product, and for people to understand the portableness and travel and throw it in your backpack and those kind of things, it really is cool.
Yeah, thank you. That's a challenge there in the center that Michael did. Ours versus a gel flame burner, I guess you could say. And you truly can cook a whole meal, as Michael has done many times. And we didn't make it for that, right? And these are all the things, like Michael was saying, that we've learned along the way is dealing with folks, campers or preppers. Backpackers, preppers, all these folks that we don't know much about those people at all, but we're sure learning now, over the past 30 months or so, I guess it's been.
Yeah.
Well, hey, for a little bit, we've got to pay our bills, so we're sorry that we can't run your commercial right now, but we've got to get a couple of guys that pay us to throw their stuff on the air. So don't go away, everybody at home. And if you're listening, and if you can't watch this, I'm so sorry, because the visuals are so good. But follow us on YouTube, Facebook, all the places you can watch it, especially on your home TV, because we got a cooking segment, our very first cooking segment ever on the show, coming up right after this.
Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens for the Gary Stein and Stevens Show at the Miami Marlins ballpark. And you know what? We get great stars, celebrities, and entertainers on our show, but there's all kinds of great programming and content on Your Home TV. Your Home TV is a free on-demand streaming service reaching global audiences. They feature family-friendly programs with a vast selection of topics and interests. Their platform ideally matches content producers, leading viewers, smart device precision, and immersive HD experiences, plus ease of transaction solutions for everyone. Plus, they've got great shows and content like A Moment of Zen, Financial Freedom, the Retirement Halftime Show, and Make It Happen. And they have all kinds of travel shows, food shows, great programming, and great content. So, for more information, go to yourhometv.com. Check out the Gary Stein and Stevens Show and all of the other great shows. yourhometv.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Hi, everybody. Dave Stevens here for the Gary Stein and Stevens Show from Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. And you know what? Not everybody can be a Major League Baseball player, but you can look like $1 million. What's the best way to do that? Well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. Don't believe me? That's right, you can look professional, feel good, and not spend a lot of money by wearing Fresh Clean Threads. They have amazing shirts. They've got Henleys and polos, long sleeves, and even bomber jackets. And if you like them, you can save some money by typing in the show code GSS Show from the Gary Stein and Stevens Show to save 20% off. So if you can't be a major leaguer and you want to dress like one, well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. That's freshcleanthreads.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Use that code GSS Show.
All right, welcome back, and here I am at the. I don't know what I would. Troy, what do you think we should call this? The. I don't know what kitchen. It's actually my living room, but we're going to try this thing out. As we said, it's so easy, and again, it just doesn't have to be for this. But while I'm doing this, guys, what if people come up to you? Have they been creating outdoor recipes or anything like that you can just kind of do quickly on these things?
Lots of people are mostly the first, the idea that we got to make the grill was people boiling water, in emergency situations. There was, what was that, the fall of 2021 when Houston got like an ice storm and it shut down the entire city.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Texas's grid went down.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was a big issue down there. Cheers. That
Nice.
Looks good. So a woman posted on Facebook without us knowing her or anything. She just happened to have them that she posted that she used it to boil water to cook ramen. She was out of power for, I don't remember how many, 5 days, whatever it was. And that got picked up on CNBC, it was, I think. So we had a big interview with Shepard Smith, maybe, I think. interviewing us about that lady that was, she said we saved her life. I don't know about that, but it was cool to see her using it that way. And then, now that we've proven how hot it could get a pan and to cook food on, I mean, we did chicken on a pan, using the bonfire. So you can really, if you could cook chicken through, you could cook anything, right? So it's really neat.
Well, Troy, while you ask a question, I'm going to go ahead. I've got an egg here. I've got a mini frying pan. And I know you guys have been challenged. So while I make myself a little dish, Troy, why don't you ask another question?
Oh, I just wanted to say, my kids tried this out earlier today. They just absolutely love it. They made s'mores, and they're going to tell all their friends. So just how did it come from? The idea. I mean, just kind of talk about that again. The idea, how it shaped, and then, like I said, the time frame, and then like I said, you got all kinds of different things to offer now.
Well, it's been, we started in August, so we were working it and prototyping it for probably, a couple months before that. And then once we had what we wanted to move forward with, and we had figured out the logo and name and set up the company and done all that stuff, we kind of started pushing forward like it could happen. And then it started happening. And so we had to figure out things that there's a whole process of scaling, right? So when you're buying a couple hundred and you're filling up the Honda Pilot or whatever truck you have and driving it here, and driving to get in the wax. But then when you start getting truckloads of stuff, you have to be able to move everything differently internally. And so that was a learning process. But Chris and I are quick learners when it comes to stuff like that. But also we have a great team around us. Chris's wife is super helpful. And she understands the web and that whole process in a way I don't. And so she was able to get a lot of feedback from people. So we were seeing in the beginning where people were setting up like they'd have a party for kids and they'd set 5 little stations up and they'd have a bonfire each with a movie theater screen so everybody could be separated. So that kind of made sense to us. Then people started sending us pictures hiking or boating or doing different outdoor events. And so we were like, okay, how do we appease that crowd? And so as we get the feedback, we try to give the people what they're asking for, what they're creating on their own. Why can't we create it and offer it to them?
Well, guys.
And do you have any other additional things that you have in the works that to kind of expand anything more than you already have right now?
Always.
It seems like we have to come up with a new version to cook eggs in your living room. So we're working.
Mini frying pans. There you go.
Yeah. Look at that. That's awesome.
So there you go. I mean, do you have a better,
It's too hot?
Well, that's good. It is very hot. I haven't really eaten it before, but is there a better testimonial than seeing a product actually work like that? I mean, it's tremendous. They make fun of you. I've seen it on the internet, but this is the legit. This is my living room cooking an egg.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
So it's outdoor only product. It's outdoor only product.
But he's a trained professional, we were told.
Exactly.
I am, and I've got the fire extinguisher right here ready to go just in case. But as we wrap this up, has this been, I mean, you get the support of your wives, you get the support of that, but they must at first have said, man, you guys are crazy. Go out and get jobs. I mean, come on, really? You're just going to make a fire pit?
Yeah, I mean, that was the really the fortunate thing there was you couldn't necessarily go out and get a job because it was March, April, May, June of 2020 where you couldn't even go to the grocery store, right? So we were truly, when else in your whole life, hopefully not again, will this happen, that you're forced to be at home. You can't go anywhere. So this was the only time that something crazy like this probably could work, right?
Well, it's great. And, it really does set itself apart as we take a little closer look at the inside. So this is a lot of trial experiment, like a wick almost. You need to light these and let them burn for a little while before you use food and products and things like that. But how long do you get? 4 or 5 hours? What's usual the long time on this?
You get 3 to 5 hours of burn time, so you can snuff it out as many times as you want. So if you put the lid on the one you're using there, it'll go out, it'll cool down, and then you can take it on a hike tomorrow and relight it and use it for 15, 20 minutes, an hour, put it out again and keep using it. So you have the 3 to 5 hour burn time, no matter how many times you light and relight.
I wonder how this would make powdered eggs, though, because I don't think we could carry eggs in our backpacks, right?
Good point.
Yeah.
No, you could.
But I got my little frying pan, so I'm good to go. Troy, I might have to send you one of these little things. So when we're at the Super Bowl on Radio Row, we could just sit there and make little hors d'oeuvres and mini pizzas. I bet we could make a mini pizza bagel in this thing. You know, you could put that stuff. I'm telling you, the recipe cookbook, that might be the next thing for you guys, huh?
Yeah, that's funny that you said that. We're working on a cookbook now. We'll be sure to send you one, and maybe I don't know where the Super Bowl is this year, but
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah. The NFL would love us cooking right on radio.
Yeah, maybe we'll come out there and bring you some stuff, and we can do.
We're working together. Gary Stein and Stevens, brought to you by City. You know, I could see some synergy going here, but
I like that.
You know, I think one of these things too that, and I don't know if you've thought of it or you have to deal with the legal parts of this, but I mean, tailgating. And if you were to create Washington Redskins or I know you're a Nationals guy in baseball, you know, you create those logos, and again, the fans are there, they're doing this. It's easier than charcoal and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the sky could be limited as far as the marketing, and you guys have branched into that with Domino's and some of these major, major organizations creating, putting their logo right here on the lid of the city bonfires.
Yeah, we've gotten really big into corporate gifting, promotional gifts. That's actually a big part of our business currently, and we're working on getting it even bigger. We're partnering with a large promotional product business that has thousands of SKUs that can really help us get out there even more. So you'll probably be getting us as a gift sometime soon too.
I kill the lights, and now I've got that camping feeling here. So as we wrap up, gentlemen, it's been really fun to have you guys on, and tell these people again, we're not a commercial, but you guys are inventors. So where can they get these? How can they find out more information and see this for themselves?
Yeah, thank you. Our website is citybonfires.com. We're on, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the social channels that you should be on. We're on Amazon, so anywhere that you normally would buy anything, you could find us.
And it really is cool. And Troy, I mean, what are we gonna do, man? We should get these in our backpacks and just start cutting across the Louvre.
Yeah, I need 3 or 4 of them. This all summer, the kids going camping all the time, so they're definitely going to take this one with. I'll have to get some more.
And what about copycats? Because now we see them out there. Everybody's going to go, oh, you guys were the first. So now I know it's kind of flattery, but still, how do you know a good one from a bad one?
That part's been annoying, but it is flattering, right? When you make something that's has this much power and potential that people are going to copy you. There's some that are made in China that we bought and tested that the wax leaks out the bottom.
Right.
So it's I don't know what certain things to say of one versus another, but we'd appreciate it if you bought ours.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's important that you're American-made company. So.
Everything is sourced in the U.S. and made and put together and made by us in Rockville, Maryland.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now, Michael, I got to put you on the spot here because I know you are a Big Bang Theory fan.
All right.
But the show ended before your product came out. Do you kind of wish you could have gone back in time and we could see the gang, doing shish kebabs and stuff in their own apartment around there with City Bonfire?
I mean, are they doing a reunion special? I mean, it's not over yet.
I don't know if we could afford that ad.
We probably should.
We'll have to make some calls.
That product placement might be expensive.
Yeah, that's true. But you get one good rich spokesman for you guys, and I think you guys would be golden.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Or me. I don't care.
We'll take it. Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for taking the time, Michael. Just a great thing that you guys are doing. And Chris, thanks. Keep us updated on any of the cool new products. And if you need me to test out anything, or if you're working on the small rodent rotisserie and you need us to try it out, we'll do it for you.
Yeah, we'll send you guys all the stuff that we come out with.
Thanks
All
so much
right.
for thinking of us and giving us a little bit of time. We really
Yeah,
appreciate
citybonfires.com. Go
Yep.
there. They got great stuff. And again, all kinds of products. You got the skewers. You got the s'mores kit. They make great gifts. You can send them to a wedding party for your employees, all kinds of great stuff. So just think outside the box, as long as that box is a City Bonfire box, right? All right. There's your plug, guys. All right. For Troy, myself, for our friends from the wonderful world of invention. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I'm Dave Stevens. Remember, you can catch us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course, Spotify, Apple products, and wherever podcasts are heard and seen. So for Troy, for our friends over there from City Bonfires, and myself, Dave Stevens, that's a wrap. Have a great night, everybody.